In this episode, I will share with you 4 ways to manage self-doubt with gratitude. Gratitude Thursdays. Maria on the mic. Yo. Gratitude galore. That is how we roll. Yo. Grateful for all, even when it's small. Yo. Blessings some more. Gratitude in store. Yo. Gratitude galore. Welcome aboard. Yo. Welcome aboard. Hey, gratitude buddies. It's your girl Maria back with another episode. And if this is your first time here, welcome to our little family. This is the Gratitude Galore Pod, where we learn about gratitude and practical ways to apply it into our lives. So today the main focus is self-doubt, a concept that I know we are all familiar with, that some of us are guilty of. And self-doubt is not believing or doubting our abilities to be great and to excel. And self-doubt has numerous negative consequences, and one which is most prominent is reduced self-confidence. Because think about it, buddies, if I don't believe in myself, how will I be confident? If I keep doubting myself and my moves, how will I be confident in anything that I do? And you might want to tune in until the end, where I'll be discussing a gratitude activity that we can engage in to deal with self-doubt. And without further ado, let's go to the number one activity that we can engage in, and it's engaging in mindfulness activities. Mindfulness activities are important because they ground us, they help us to be in the present moment and to view life as it really is rather than living in our imaginations. Some mindfulness activities that we can engage in include taking nature walks, engaging in breathing meditation, or engaging in gratitude meditation. Generally, mindfulness will help us to assess where we are in the present and to deal with any negative thoughts or any doubts that we may have objectively, rather than just believing we are not good enough, while in the real sense that is just our mind playing tricks. So mindfulness will help us to identify, wait a minute, no, that's not actually true. I'm really capable of doing bigger things than I have ever imagined. The second activity that we can engage in is reframing negative self-talk. And negative self-talk is a common and normal part of human life, because let's face it, buddies, whenever we face challenges, the first resort is negative thoughts, and it's not really a bad thing. And the problem is not really the negative thoughts. I think the problem is how we deal with them. So, for example, someone might say, I don't want to have any negative thoughts. I don't want them at all. I don't want them. But what we are doing when we say we don't want them, we are rejecting them while they are a normal part of life. So rather than rejecting, I think the best way is reframing them. And how do we reframe them, you might ask? So, for example, the first step is realizing the thought as soon as it comes. Whenever we have that self-doubt, we recognize, oh, I'm doubting myself. And then after realizing the thought, we start assessing the thought. For example, if the thought tells me that, oh, Maria, you suck at painting, I need to assess. The second step is assessing, is this really true? We ask ourselves objective questions to help us understand, is this really true? Do I really suck at painting? Do I really suck? And then the third step is providing evidence that we don't really suck, or we suck, whichever we've come up with. But in this case, it's because it's a doubting situation, we'll definitely reframe it to provide evidence for that we don't actually suck. So, for example, I might think, how can I suck at painting, yet I painted for someone and they loved the painting? So when we challenge with evidence, it will be like, we'll realize, no, by the I don't really suck. There's someone who appreciated my work. They gave me a job and I delivered, and it was awesome. So reframing the thought will help us to learn gratitude and to appreciate ourselves, because we learn to change the negative, to channel the negative energy and transform it to negatively. After reframing a thought, we'll be like, why was I doubting myself? And I really, this is my strong point. The third activity that we can engage in to manage self-doubt is creating a gratitude jar. And a gratitude jar is basically just any jar. We can just get a jar of any type. And the goal is to put notes inside, self-encouraging notes, motivating notes that promote our self-confidence, that increase our self-worth. And when we should put those notes maybe once or thrice per day in the jar and lock it there and just keep them there. And then when we are encountering self-doubt and we feel like we are not good enough, we go back to the gratitude jar and read the notes that we had wrote, and then you'll see I had written, oh, I'm so amazing. Oh, you look beautiful today, Maria. So when we go through those notes, we'll realize that the self-doubt is not really true, or it does not reflect what we are most of the time, and we'll be able to transform the negative thoughts we may have, the doubting thoughts that we may have into positivity, because when we are reading and we are reading some positive things about ourselves, the only option we have is to smile and feel happy and feel joyful and just reminisce on those moments when we were writing this and how we were feeling. And then you'll be like, but I don't deserve to feel low about myself. I don't deserve to doubt myself, because I'm really an amazing person. I've really succeeded in the past, or I keep learning from my mistakes. And then we'll realize that the self-doubt disappears. It just goes away. So the gratitude jar will just help us to remain consistent in being grateful, in appreciating ourselves, and dealing with self-doubt and any critical thoughts we may have, and even challenges that we may have that may not really revolve around self-doubt or self-criticism. A gratitude jar can help us deal with it. The fourth and final activity that we can engage in is daily affirmations. And daily affirmations are just positive quotes, positive words that we tell ourselves to encourage ourselves and to motivate ourselves throughout the day. And affirmations are very important because they can help us deal with those doubting situations. Because imagine you're just saying, I am worthy, I am lovely, I am loving, I am forgiving. You're just praising yourself indirectly. So if you're in a constant state of praising yourself, don't you think that you'll chase away the self-doubt? Even though it comes, it will be like, this place, these people they have so many positivity. I can't even bring the negativity I have, so let me just go. So, and daily affirmations will help us to really ground ourselves in gratitude and in appreciating ourselves and in getting rid of all those self-doubt thoughts that we may have. And the best thing about daily affirmations is that there's no formula and we can do them at whenever we please. However, I recommend developing a routine or a schedule to ensure that we are consistent. For example, I can say every morning I'll be saying my affirmations immediately after waking up, before doing anything else. Or maybe we say before going to sleep, I'll make sure I say my affirmations to just ground myself. So buddies, the four gratitude activities you can engage in to deal with self-doubt include reframing negative self-talk, creating a gratitude jar, daily affirmations, and engaging in mindfulness practices. And at that juncture or on that note, the gratitude activity that we'll engage in is a gratitude walk and reflection. And the first step to this activity is first finding a comfortable space, a comfortable spot that we can walk, a place that is safe, that we are familiar with, and that we know the way, that that we are sure we will not get lost. And the second step is focusing on the sensations, on what we are feeling around us, being mindful of the present, of just being in the present moment while taking the walk. And then while taking the walk, we also reflect on our strengths, on our abilities, on how we have survived life, how we survived COVID, all those things, all the positive things that we can think about ourselves. Then the next step is the while reflecting, we should also acknowledge the beauty around us. We notice the trees, the birds, any animals, the butterflies, the grasshoppers, anything that is around us. We just make sure we are appreciating and noticing. And then the next step is taking a pause, finding somewhere, a place there where we can sit down and just listen to the sounds, listen to the silence, listen to the trees, the wind, to just be silent and just no phones, just sitting and minding and being mindful of the present. And then the next step is resuming the walk. After resuming the walk, we focus on how the activity made us feel, and then we can either write it down or just document it in our minds. But I would recommend writing it down to just help us remember in the future. And the goal of this activity is to just encourage mindfulness, to help us be in the present, so that whenever self-doubt arises, we can deal with it appropriately rather than going deep into our minds and overthinking. And buddies, I'm so glad you could tune in until the end. If you found any value in this video, consider subscribing, consider sharing, consider commenting, consider liking. And I want to wish you a lovely week filled with love and gratitude. And don't forget, buddies, you can always read the blog version of this episode on my blog, and I've attached the link in the description and in the comment section. And until next week, buddies, I want to wish you a lovely week, and bye bye.